This is Napkinnate, a Roblox YouTuber who's been inactive for over 2 years now. All of his social medias have been inactive as well, and it seems like they won't be active at all anytime soon. There's thousands of comments on his last video from fans begging to know where he is. Even I've been asked to my own comment section to make a video on it. As a detective myself, I couldn't let this opportunity pass, so I opened a new case and started my investigation. But before I do that, let me tell you how I'm gonna do it. Detectives have a 5-step process for investigations: gathering evidence, analyzing information, developing and validating theories, forming reasonable grounds to believe, and finally arresting and charging a suspect. This video, I'm gonna be using all of those steps for the investigation, except for that last one. I lied about the detective thing. Legally can't do that. So first I'm gonna use every search engine I know, like Google, YouTube, Twitter, and Bing. Nobody uses Bing, but I'm gonna use it anyway. Second, I'm gonna put all the information I found together and determine whether it's true or false. Third, I'm gonna interview some people who might know more about it to confirm what I've found. And last but not least, I'll close the case with a conclusion that hopefully answers every single question about Napkinnate. Now that you guys are caught up, let's begin the investigation. Googling what happened to Napkinnate, I found a Reddit post comment from 2020 that says Napkinnate got some drama with the UGC creator. This was news to me, but I'm not sure it's a credible source since it's a comment from Reddit. So I did some more research and apparently he goes to the UGC creator.
Out here, Dom's like, you there? So guess not. Do we have a deal? Can you at least respond? The frick is the point of ghosting me like that? You know I would at least appreciate some closure instead of running away with a hat like that. But Napkinnate actually blocked Dom. I decided not wanting to go through with uploading the hat due to copyright issues. I'm still in communication with everyone who made me a hat, and I'm going to pay all of them for the time they spent making it. I cleared my Discord's friend list, so I didn't block him.
After some more research, I realized this was a month after he stopped uploading, meaning he was still active at the time, so this has nothing to do with what happened. So I kept searching and found another lead from my Napkinnate fandom wiki that says just Gooby and Napkinnate are no longer friends. Gooby, being a regular in the Napkinnate videos, had apparently been stalked and abused by Napkinnate, and Gooby has apparently been acting strange. My next source says he either died or went to jail in the comment section. Did Napkinnate get arrested? There's no chance I'm going by 2 comments I found on a random website, so I'm gonna be doing some more research on a different platform. I YouTube searched what happened to Napkinnate and found a video from a user named it.As that also states Nate and Gooby split up because Nate was stalking and abusing Gooby. So that might be more proof that happened, but there was nothing about his arrest, so I'm gonna keep looking. For some reason during my research, I found a few videos on YouTube saying that he could have been still moving houses, but wouldn't he have been moved out by now? I don't think he would have taken that long. But finally, after 30 minutes of searching, I finally found a lead that might actually be a clue. I found a video from a YouTuber named Destructor, the guy who told me to make a video on this, who believes that Gooby's admin stalks and harassed Nate, and that Gooby is a pedophile who forced someone into giving explicit pictures when they were underage. If this is true, that would mean the allegations against Napkinnate stalking and abusing Gooby could be false. Although this is a theory, and I didn't find proof of Nate's arrest or proof that he stalked and abused him. Wait, hold on. I found another video from Nisa that states Nate told him Gooby was stalking him and it was the reason he was moving houses.
Basically, he said Gooby may or may not have a camera inside my house. The reason Nate was moving houses is because he was thinking that Gooby had a camera inside of his house.
Wait, what? Was Gooby the one stalking Nate, or did Nate stalk Gooby? All this information I found has been organized by date, so this next video from Nitso states that Nate had lied on Gooby's name and that Nate got arrested for domestic violence.
Yes, it's true. He actually did get arrested. He was basically just arrested for domestic violence, but I'm not gonna tell you what he did.
As I was watching this video, I noticed something kind of weird, so I just want to remind you guys that Nate had apparently stalked and abused Gooby. Oh, and I really want you guys to listen to what Gooby says carefully, okay?
The accusation of me having a spy cam in Nate's house is totally false, because I've never even met him in real life before.
How could he stalk and abuse Gooby if they never met IRL? I'm not talking about anything that Niso says in this video because he's only the messenger, but if Nate lied about Gooby spying on him with a camera, how could that work vice versa? In Niso's video, Gooby didn't say anything about about how Nate stalked or abused him at all, which is why I'm really suspicious of Gooby right now. Also, I found a Just Gooby playlist that talks about the doxing, the pedophilia, and the racist comments on his Discord server, and he didn't address these at all. But he did say that the doxing screenshots were taken out of context, but I really doubt that the other ones were. Nate was supposedly arrested, and there's only one piece of evidence that's literally censored. There was also screenshots of Nate talking about his mental health, but that probably should have stayed private. And it does seem like he lied about Gooby stalking him, but in this case, who would trust someone racist and into children? This makes it really hard to believe Gooby regardless, and he apparently did this because Nate stopped paying him. I did end up going to Twitter and finding some more leads, but I think I'll talk about that later. So for now, let's move on with the investigation. Analyzation. The act of examining information. This segment, I examine which evidence is viable with proof, but to do that, I need to remind myself of everything I already know. So Napkinnate was supposedly arrested, lied about Gooby stalking him, and was apparently having some mental issues as stated in Nitso's video. Gooby, on the other hand, was caught grooming, saying the N-word, and even doxing on his Discord server. I know he said those screenshots were taken out of context, but now that I think about it, he could have been lying. And the reason why I say supposedly for Nate's arrest is because of the simple fact that it was one, censored, and the simple fact that we don't actually know who was abusing the situation. As I was set on looking for the real victim, I got a DM from an anonymous user. I'm gonna name him Cody for security reasons, but he tells me he was accused of beating his girlfriend. I didn't even know he had one. So I searched online and there's no proof or evidence of him even being in a relationship at all. But get this, I told you guys I wasn't gonna talk about anything I found on Twitter until later, and that was because the information I found on Twitter actually changes everything. I found a tweet from a user named JB Drone who says Nitso escalated the situation for clout, showing screenshots of Gooby saying Natty's video was false information, as well as someone named Joker, also known as Nitso. Now this would contradict everything Nitso has already said, but if you look in the replies, Nitso says Natty's was the one that escalated with the fake rumor of Nate being his girlfriend. His crime's different. Apparently a YouTuber named Natty Forsyth started a rumor about Nate being his girlfriend. Now before you guys say, Joel, there's no proof that they did that, the video was deleted. Why would it be deleted if that wasn't true? Natty never re-uploaded the video proving that it was fake. Nate didn't abuse Gooby or his supposed girlfriend, and apparently his crime was different too, meaning all the prior research and information I found could have all been false. But we still have yet to find out who's really abusing the situation. So I shot my boy Cody a DM and he gave me the scoop. So Cody, what you got?
A screenshot. As I was doing my own research, I found a comment from Nitso on the Dark Creepers video saying he doesn't even know if it's all true.
Wait, what?
That's not even the full screenshot. He once again confirms Nate didn't have a girlfriend and says the violence was against a family member. The rumor is that Nate fought back and defended himself against his drunk mother who threatened him.
After hearing this information, I literally took days, weeks, months even, just trying to find any sort of evidence to back this up. Because knowing he said that it was just a rumor, I assumed it was going to be fake. Because the last rumor I covered was literally made by a bunch of TikTokers on April Fool's Day. But finally, after months of research, the uncensored arrest document was actually leaked online, showing what actually happened between Nate and his mother. And I can't believe how much information this actually has. It even has his real name. And that wasn't the only thing that was leaked. And it blows my mind how far I've made it in this investigation. I just can't wait to tell you guys what I found in the next episode.